Awesome. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey there, it's BoardGameDave.
And I'm Hannah.
And today, to commemorate Valentine's Day, being on Tuesday, I think of this week, we're going to talk about our 15 favorite games. Oh, we should have done 14 for February 14th. That's okay. Our top 15 games
We didn't think about it.
that we really enjoy playing together for the two of us. So, not two-player games exclusively, but the games that we really enjoy playing with just the two of us. So, without further ado, I'm happy to just start with our number 15, which I see sitting over there, a Uwe Rosenberg title called Patchwork, an absolutely lovely polyomino game. This is a splendid treat of a game, which is very relaxing, very peaceful. You can play it on the couch.
Yeah.
There's very few components. We do. It's nice. In this game, you put a whole bunch of Tetris-style shapes out in a big circle, and you have a little token. And on your turn, you're going to move 1 to 3 spaces and take one of those Tetris pieces and put it on your 9x9 board, and that's it.
Quilt. It's supposed to look like a quilt.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I should say, a bit thematically, we're making this beautiful quilt. And along the way, you're going to get pieces that have buttons, and you'll receive your button income, and then you spend the buttons for new tiles, and you spend time. You're spending time as a resource to go around and collect pieces. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most buttons wins. It's very simple. Tell us,
Super simple.
Yeah, tell us how we feel when we play Patchwork.
Relaxed. Yeah. We normally have like some classical music playing. I think I was very anxious one day, and you're like, let's play Patchwork. And I was like, that actually sounds really nice.
Yeah.
So that's a good stress relief game.
It's a very calming game, and it's not take that.
So
There's
easy.
not mean. There's not.
So
We're
fast.
not blocking each other, and it's fast.
You kind of can, but usually not intentionally.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 14 is Patchwork.
Oh wait a minute,
Nope.
it's Project L. That's my fault. I did that. All right,
Okay.
sorry.
Number 14 is Project L.
Project L, yes, and I don't have it here because my friend Gary has been borrowing it. He's been playing with his wife Ben, he's been playing it with Faye, and he really, really has been enjoying teaching this game to other people, and we really like it too. Project L is another polyomino game in which you're taking Tetris-type pieces, colorful pieces, and trying to complete puzzles with them, which is really, really fun. So
much more like Tetris than Patchwork is. A little bit more satisfying, but same game.
You prefer Project L a little bit more than Patchwork.
A little bit,
they're very comparable though.
Right, which is why they're right next to each other.
Exactly.
On our list.
Yeah. In Project L, you start with a really dinky yellow 1x1 piece and a green 2x1 piece. Really not effective pieces.
No.
And then over the course of the game, you're going to complete puzzles, which are either going to give you points for the big ambitious puzzles, or better and more tiles for the smaller ones.
Bigger ones.
Yeah. Better shapes, more surface area.
Right.
And the really cool thing about this game is as you complete puzzles, you get those pieces back. So your supply of pieces gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can do way more on your turn than you could at the beginning.
Which is nice for planning too.
Yeah.
Plan ahead. All right, I'm gonna get this one back when I finish this one. And,
Yes. I think
or screw it up like I often do.
Right. I think every piece in the top right corner, I think all of them show you the piece that you're going to get as a reward. So, like you said, I know I'm going to get that T-shaped one, and then I can use that for the next piece. So it's really, really good. And it's a short game. It does not take us very long, maybe 20 minutes.
A lot of times we play it 2, 3, 4 times in a row.
We've certainly done it in quick succession. So Project L is a super solid game, and it plays really good at 2. You are not missing anything in the 2-player experience. We should have mentioned Patchwork is only for 2, by the way. I'll try to make sure we talk about player counts and all that stuff. But that's Project L. Number 13 is Gold West. Now, this is a game we haven't played in a little bit, but there was a time when this was our go-to 2-player game.
Yeah.
You remember why I got this for you?
Because I'm into Westerns, which is a random thing about me, but I really like Western films.
Yeah, well, Red Dead, of course. I was like, well,
Red
this
Dead.
Gold West, 49ers theme. I really, really thought that was cool. So,
and I think when I was watching the Ken Burns, the West special.
Oh,
I think
at the time. Oh, that's funny.
You were thinking 49ers, and I was telling you about the 49ers on the documentary. Yeah.
I remember I sent you a picture really, really, like, way before I got the game. Or maybe not that long, but I remember sending you a picture of all the components. I was like, look, it's a 49ers, like, prospecting game. Although thematically, there's not a lot of, like, prospecting going on. But the mechanisms are really, really great. So in a really quick nutshell, this game uses a Mancala system, which is this African traditional game, which I have not seen incorporated into any other game. But Mancala is where you pick up all the things from one space, drop one off, drop one off, drop one off, and then, try to see where you can get to. And in this game, you've got 3 little supply piles right here, and on each of your turns, you start the turn by picking one supply pile, picking up all the resources from there, and then dropping off one, and then whatever you have left, you use those resources on that turn, which is really, really clever. I love that. And the things you're going to be doing are plopping down tents and settlements, getting new resources, putting them in your supply pile. That's how you resupply yourself. You're going to be completing objectives over in Boomtown. You're going to be doing a bit of area control, area majority things, where whoever was in the forest the most gets points, and the deserts or the mountains or whatever. And then your favorite part is racing along this track with your little, is it a car? It's not a car. What is it? A little wagon, stagecoach.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you putz along, and what do you like to get?
I like to get whatever you're trying to get first.
Yeah,
I think there are more points if you hit it first.
Exactly.
Right? And then the other person can still get there, but it's fewer points.
Exactly. So racing along that stagecoach track is a huge part of the game.
Actually, if you focus on that, it can be. It can make it or break it for sure.
Yeah, and we have maybe only played this ever at 2 players. I don't think you've played with anybody else. Yeah. So I don't see any. I wouldn't know what I'm missing out on, but it's a great 2-player game.
We like it enough only having played it 2-player.
I'm sure 3 and 4 would be good. Another quick game, doesn't take us very long, and they compress the map down really, really tight. That's how they balance it for different player counts. So it seems very, very tight. So, and it's kind of mean. There's a little bit of blocking.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So there's a little bit of that meanness in there. But Gold West is awesome.
Number 12 is Everdell.
Yes, the collector's edition. The most. This was for the longest time the most expensive game in my collection, although it's been usurped. That's not the right word.
Usurped.
Yes, but go ahead and tell us about Everdell.
Beautiful game.
Yes.
Really great art. I love looking at the art.
Yes.
Very cozy. Lots of cute animals.
Yes. Oh.
Another relaxing game if you're feeling stressed. That's
Absolutely.
Part of, we tend to go for this one when we're either one of us is anxious or we're both stressed. So
very calming, relaxing.
Yeah. The components are great.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons I really liked it at first. I really liked the rubbery, textured like silicone berries.
The berries, squishy berries. That's like the best thing.
Just your version of it, or is that? Are they all
I think they all come with those. And the little wood and the resin and the pebbles. They they all feel so satisfying. Yeah. But the anthropomorphic animals. I like to throw that word in and butcher it, to impress people with my vocabulary. Anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic. I know that word.
I'm questioning myself now.
I know that word.
Anthropomorphizing things is, giving them human characteristics or whatever, right? Anyways, but and the whole thing is, I was saying earlier about how the theme is not feast for Odin. We're not pillaging and plundering. We're not Maracaiboing. We're not, I'm looking around, what else do we have? Endless winter. It's not like a harsh survival against the elements. It's just like, I'm building a school, and the school teacher comes, the historian's studying the history, and the farmer's here, and she's got her little babies, and the bat's hanging upside down. Like, it's just a cute theme. You're building a city, right? And it's lovely. Art by Andrew Bosley. It's so amazing. Art is just incredible. Check out this game if you don't know about Everdell. I think you'll be impressed with how beautiful it is. But relaxing, worker placement, tableau, making game, and there's engine building, and there's seasons you go through. It's a bit longer as compared to the other games in our.
You can play it differently every single time you play it, though. It all depends on what starting cards you get, really. What's out there, I guess I should say.
What's out there, the cards you start with, for sure. And number 11 is Wingspan, a beautiful game. This was like the game of 2019. I was so happy that I was able to snag a copy of this early on when it first came out, but we've been playing it together a lot. We play at S'mores and Meeples every time. We always play in the Wingspan tournament.
Twice,
we love that. But we primarily play it 2-player, as with most of our games. So tell us about Wingspan, Hannah.
Beautiful
matches
art
your shirt.
Again. It does. I was thinking that when you held it up.
Wow. Go for it.
Yeah, beautiful art. Great components too. I love the eggs.
Yes.
And mostly I think it's just another peaceful, stress relieving game.
Yeah.
But also there's multiple different strategies I've tried to go for every time I play this game. It's kind of nice that you can try to do something different each time, and you can just, all right, I'm gonna go egg laying route this time,
which is huge.
Or I'm gonna, really. Oh, I also like that. You can set up a good. What's the word?
Like a synergy.
Kind of like like an engine building kind of thing.
Yes.
I love
what you want to do in this game is get one of your rows to be this like insane engine building point generating system.
Yeah, if you can start with something that gives you eggs or
draw
worms
cards.
or something.
I've heard that the draw cards one is really powerful. And we played it with friends once, and that was her whole thing, was like filling up that lay. Was it draw cards? So, and then the first one's like draw 2 cards, discard 1 card, tuck 2 cards, get 2 points, tuck a card, get a resource. It was insane. So so making those rows stronger, putting more birds out. Yeah, it's great. I don't really have anything else to add. Wingspan is one of our go-to peaceful, relaxing. Component-wise, it's almost just cards. Well, and dice and cubes and player boards. But it's the cards. It's 178 maybe. Unique birds with unique art, illustrated birds. So, beautiful. But you're probably seeing that's one of our trends is beautiful, relaxing, peaceful games, at least so far.
Yeah. Number 10 is Verdant.
Yes, the newest game on this list by far, actually. So a very new addition. Tell us all about Verdant and why I got it for you.
Another pretty game. But I have a ton of houseplants. So David got this game for me as soon as he found out it was about houseplants.
Yeah, instant back.
Yes. And it's just very cute. Like you're potting plants. So I mean, already like, okay, whatever it is, I want it. But yeah, there's sleeping cats and other cozy things about it. It's nice. But yeah, it's a fun, relatively easy game, kind of short. Yeah, and it's just drafting. So there's cards out in the display, as well as usually decorations or tools. And on your turn, you draft a pair. So either a plant and a decoration, or a room and a decoration or tool. And then you put it into your tableau, and you just keep going until you get 15 cards in your supply. So I guess it's 13 turns, I think, per game. It's very, very short. It does feel
you start
short,
with 2.
yeah.
And you're trying to make sure each plant gets the right amount of sunlight that it needs, and use your fertilizer and your watering can to water the plants, and then you get these verdancy tokens, which are big monstera leaves, which I know from dating Hannah. I know what monstera plants are. And even as the plant cards come up, this is very similar to Wingspan in that every single card tells you about the plan and some trivia about it, and
I've learned some things about some of the plants that I have actually from these cards.
And my big thing is like I can imagine going into a flower shop downtown, right, and being like, oh, I know that plant from Verdant. It's really, really great. So AG Games really solid. This is my second Kickstarter I ever backed, second and only Kickstarter I've ever backed. It was Endless Winter and Verdant, and that's it so far. But yeah, it's a great game. We really, really like this one. Number 9 is a game called Targi, a small box, another 2-player only game by fellow teacher Andreas Steger. And it is, do you want to tell us a little bit about Targi?
Well, there's no board. It's all cards.
Yes.
They're always in the same order though.
Yeah, in a certain pattern. Yep. You got it.
And it's all about placing workers.
Yes.
And what you're gonna get is where they intersect, basically.
Yeah. So your workers go on the border cards, right? And then wherever they intersect, there's 2 intersections.
And we take turns placing them.
Yes.
So if I'm trying to go for a certain intersection, but you block me because we can't go from across from each other.
Yes. There's these really interesting placement restrictions, which are so intuitive, but at the same time, every time we play this game, we're like, wait, where's the intersection? And wait, I can't go there.
It'll make you feel stupid.
Yeah, it really does. Because oftentimes we place and then we put the intersection. That's not where the intersection was going to be. And all the time, like, because it's 2-player, obviously it's designed for the 2-player experience, it's so cutthroat.
Yeah.
Because, and also, one thing that's hard to come by is gold, right? So as soon as a gold card comes out, somebody puts the y-axis on the gold, and I'm like, well, I'm taking the x-axis, so there's no way you can take it. It's like, and then you go to the Fata Morgana, which is where you can move your marker, but then I block you from taking that one. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And we should say that the board state is extremely dynamic. So the border cards always stay the same, but the inside cards are resource cards and tribe cards, and as you take them, they're replaced by the other type of card. So every single round, this whole inner board, tableau, whatever, changes constantly. And there's scoring cards, there's point cards, there's resource cards.
So you can't plan too much.
Set collection. You
can try to plan, but...
Absolutely, Targi is...
It's a good balance, though.
It's a brilliantly designed game, and you had said that we don't have another game like this. Mechanism-wise, or the
even
cards
just
of the board.
The cards of the board,
Yeah, it's great. We should play this more, but it's not the peaceful, anxiety-releasing game, unless it's releasing as in it's welling up inside me. But it's a little stressful, but a great game nonetheless. All right, we're going to do the next 2 together. You'll see why. Number 8 on the list is Azul Stained Glass of Sintra. Pass it to me, because I really, really like this one. And number 7.
Number 7 is Azul Summer Pavilion.
Yes. Now, these are very similar games, very much in the same vein. If you've ever played Base Azul, this is very, very similar to Base Azul with some twists. Very quickly, I can explain the differences. I'll try to make it really fast. Things are coming loose. In Stained Glass of Sintra, you have, instead of rows, you have columns of windows, and as you complete the columns, you flip them over to the other side and then remove them, and as you score them, you score that window plus every window you completed to the left, and I love that cascade of points. It's like the best thing ever. Toward the end, you're getting like 18, 21 points in one fell swoop.
He's very good at this game, which is why he likes it so much.
I win at this all the time.
Yeah,
it seems
actually,
like...
You win at this one all the time too.
Do
though.
I? Yes.
Yeah.
And then Summer Pavilion is, see, to me, this is much more Azul. It's taking tiles and then putting them in your thing. Although in this one, the placement phase is different than the taking phase. And then there's adjacencies and there's things you want to surround to get more tiles.
Yeah.
But I feel like this
They're all similar.
Yeah, for sure.
Just same but different.
Same, but different. But same. Yes, exactly. That's a Arrested Development reference. Yeah, they're close enough that honestly I don't feel strongly about one or the other, but this is my preference.
This one I like setting things up more, and I almost never get to see things through.
Right.
But I want to, and so I always want to play it again because I it's the promise of what can be done.
It's that mirage of like, but if I could make this happen. Oh,
if
you know what?
Check your stats, I probably won this game like one time.
You know what yours is with this?
What?
It's completing the flowers. That's what it is. Yeah, there's 6-sided flowers, and if you complete them, you get a big score thing. And it seems at the beginning of the game very achievable, but then as the course of the game goes on, you're like, but there's no way I can get this. How would I get it? So there's also Queen's Garden, which is not on our list, but we played it again recently. The fourth, most recent Azul. A really good game, but definitely longer and very different from the other Azuls. Yeah, much more complex.
They're all fun.
They're all really good. Azul's just a great, again, relaxing, not too, vindictive, kind of game. But yeah, we like the Azuls.
Number 6 is Century Golem Edition.
Yes, here it is. It's beautiful. Tell us all about Century Golem Edition. I hear metal coins jingling in there.
You are collecting gems.
Yes.
To the golems, I know that they're sort of like helping you in your town do certain things.
Yeah, the friendly golems.
And you're trying to, each golem costs a certain combination of gems.
Yes.
And you can exchange gems for other gems.
Uh-huh.
Are they called gems in the game?
Crystals, I think.
Crystals, okay.
Crystals, gems, the same thing. Yeah. But it's a hand management game where you start with these 2 basic, real simple cards.
Right.
And then along the course of the game, you're getting better cards, usually spending crystals to get better cards into your hand. And then there's a rest phase where you pick up all the cards you've played. And it's another kind of engine building feeling where you've got these stronger and stronger cards. And the cool thing is there's this card river that shows up. And as you take cards, you slide them down, right? And another card flips. And there's these really powerful cards, like get a pink crystal, the highest value crystal. That's a huge card. Or triple upgrades. So as soon as they come out, you're like, oh man, don't let the other person get it.
Yeah. The whole game feels kind of like a race a little bit. Because it's a race to, what is it, the first to 5 cards?
5,
golems,
6.
I mean?
Yeah, I forget what it is. But it's a race to get a certain
But you need to make
number
sure,
of
because they
golems.
all have a different value. So, you can race to be the first one to have 5 golems or 6
golems.
But you have to also make sure that, I might have 4 and you might have 5, but mine might be worth more than yours.
Exactly. Which does happen in this game.
If you want to do the math, you can kind of count what the other person is doing.
Yes, but you keep it face down.
Yeah.
And you get metal coins, which are points, as well for getting certain golems.
Yeah.
So, it's great. And it plays fast. I mean, turns are lightning quick. It's insane. I taught this to some people at a board game night a long time ago. And the one guy's turns, literally, every turn it came to him, boom, done, boom, done, boom, done. Because you play a card and you do what it says.
Yeah.
So great. So, I love Century Golem Edition. It's a great game. There are sequels, of course, so you can mix and match. We haven't explored that as much as I would have liked to, but this is the best. This is awesome. Really, really solid. Quick, easy, calming, relaxing.
Fast is good.
2-player game. We love it. Number 5 is a game called Maracaibo. My top 3, probably top 2 favorite games of all time. I absolutely am in love with this game. I love it. I play it solo, and we play it a lot 2-player. Tell us about Maracaibo.
Yeah, heaviest game on our list for sure.
Yeah, I was surprised this made it into our shared
Well, you
top
thought
15.
you were nervous to teach it to me because you were like, "You're not gonna like it.
It's really heavy and it's very
I was
long.
kind of offended after we played it because I was like, this is not as hard as you made it sound like it was gonna be.
It kind of is, though. You just handled it really, really well. You
you.
were very patient with the teach because it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll do a quick overview and then you can tell us a little bit more about what you like about. But in the course of this game, you are sailing around the Caribbean as a sort of not a pirate but a privateer, and you're going to be doing quests and doing combat alongside the English and the French and the Spanish, and exploring the mainland down here, and delivering resources at cities and doing city actions and village actions. And did I cover most of it? That was upgrading your ship, of course, is something else that happens. Getting income. Recruiting cards and characters into your ship that are going to help you with things, and going to the prestige buildings. I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah,
you can see that there's a lot going on
to do
in Maracaibo. But why do you like this game? Which, again, surprises me because this is my kind of game.
Yeah.
Like, this is my kind of game. But for you,
I just like setting things up. I like any game where I can set things up.
Yeah.
And I like that there's like a trigger mechanism in this game where there's these synergy tokens that you can get, and certain cards.
Fun.
Certain cards, when you play them, give you these synergy tokens, and then other cards, when you play them in the future, if you have those synergy tokens, they give you more benefits.
Yes, yeah.
Which is nice. So I like planning out. Like, I want to do it in this order.
Right, and they retroactively go into effect too. So if you've played a card that has a green synergy
you want to try to do
thing,
it as what's going to be most effective. Soonest, what'll have the biggest impact by doing it sooner. Yeah,
and those synergy bonuses usually help you with your income. There's money income and there's points income. So between those two things, each round you're getting all kinds of good stuff, money and stuff. You also like the racing element, which there's several racing elements in this game.
I do like racing as a concept of games, but you tend to rush it, which frustrates me a little bit.
That's funny because you don't like the race element in this.
Because you rush it. I got plans.
Yes. Again, you have these grand aspirations, and to me, with a game as long as this, because it's long, there's no way around it. I'm just trying to zoop along and just speed it up. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, combat, next round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in the harbor. I'm ready to end the round. But there's also the racing in the mainland. Our explorers are trekking deeper and deeper into South America, and we hopscotch each other, which is kind of fun. But whoever crosses those border lines gets the better benefits, and whoever gets to the end gets
you do want to be to the end
points.
First, for sure.
Yep. So there's racing there. There's racing on the ships. Even every city, of course, only the first person who gets there gets to drop their little ship upgrade disc. So if you're putzing around back here, and this has happened before, where your ship almost didn't get upgraded because I was going to each city, upgrading. And if you're behind me, it's like, oh wait, my ship sucks. So
let's just be nicer to each other when we play this game.
I go fast. I go fast. But it's Maracaibo, Alexander Pfister. This is an incredible extraordinary game. I'm so glad that you like playing with me.
I do like playing it.
Quick note, there is a campaign legacy sort of thing. Campaign, I should say, storyline. We find the writing and the story to be weak, but I do like the way that it changes the game and adds new cards. It changes the map, which is really fun. So each time we get the game out, we open up our little campaign baggie, and there's a plague in this city. And then this village turned into a new city, and a storm was coming, so we can't travel that way.
And suddenly pirates.
Suddenly pirates, yes. So lots to explore in this game. And I have an expansion, by the way, which is right there. We haven't even opened it. So
I remember when you got it.
We'll have to get to the Maracaibo Uprising as soon as we can.
Number 4 is Sagrada.
Yes, one of the oldest games in my collection. I've had this for ages. Yes. Do you mind if I do a quick kind of rule summary?
Yep.
Sagrada is really, really simple. You have this board. It's a 5x4 with some blank spaces, some numbered spaces, and some colored spaces. And on your turn, you're going to draft dice from a shared pool. You're going to put that die and stick it on one of those spaces. So if I take a purple die, I can stick it on the purple space. If I take a 3, I can put it on the 3 space. And throughout the course of the game, you're trying to fill your whole stained glass window is what it is. And usually you don't, which is really...
I usually do.
You do.
Yeah,
I don't, right? So there are some placement restrictions. There's some rules you have to follow, and sometimes there's just no way to put a die down.
It gets tighter and tighter as the game goes on.
Exactly. It's kind of like a Sudoku in that way. So there's these placement restrictions, and sometimes it all falls apart. And there's public objectives that you're trying to meet, like lots of sets of 5s and 6s, or columns that have unique colors, and a private objective, which is your secret color. And at the end of the game, all your dice of that color, you add up all their pip values, and you can get a lot of
Pro tip,
points.
you want to focus on your private objective, because that's where most of the points come
It honestly is.
Yeah,
it's huge. Tell us why you like Sagrada.
It's simple.
Yes.
Well, that makes me sound.
But no, we like simple games.
I do like simple games. It's puzzly. I love puzzles. I do like Sudoku, because it's kind of similar to.
It's very similar. Yeah.
It's colorful. It's pretty. Yeah.
It is. Beautiful components.
It's easy to teach to people too. So we play it with people all the time.
Yeah, and non-gamers, gamers.
It's
my dad loves this one.
I look forward to showing to people too. Like, I haven't played this with my dad yet.
Oh,
I really want to.
Yeah, we'll have
he
to.
Would like it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just met some new gaming friends, just kind of like a fluke, and I brought Sagrada because I saw their collection. I was like, oh, they don't have Sagrada. They've never played, and they instantly were like, oh, we really like this game. I said, I know. What's not to like about
couples? I think this is a good couples
it
game
is.
for sure.
Oh, speaking, and we haven't talked about the two-player experience for some of these games, but this is amazing two-player. It's so
plays
fast.
Pretty differently with more than two players.
It does.
I actually prefer the two-player.
Yeah, it can bog down with more players. Two, it's bam. So you roll 5 dice. I take one, you take one, you take one, I take one. Round's done. So easy. We love Sagrada. This is one of our go-tos. Another calming, relaxing evening, short little game. Sagrada.
We should play it tonight.
Awesome. We should. Number 3 is a game called Splendor Duel. Now, I'm pretty sure this is at your place. So we don't have it here to show you, but I'll put some B-roll up. Splendor Duel is the 2-player only sequel to Splendor, and it is absolutely extraordinary. Every single person I've taught it to has been like, whoa, this is really, really good. Now, you weren't sure if you were going to like Splendor Duel.
I like Splendor so much. I was like, don't touch it,
Right, and it plays really good at 2 players too. So like,
Splendor's
why
really
do you
good at
need
2
a
players.
dual version?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
And then the first time you taught it to me, probably halfway through, I was like, I really like this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said that in a previous video, maybe in my review of Splendor Duel, which you can watch here somewhere. I said that anyone who's played Splendor, as soon as I start teaching the game, Splendor Duel, they're like, whoa, what's this? Oh, I like this. There's privileges that let you take a gem. The cards have special abilities, like steal a gem from an opponent or take one from the supply. And the supply of gems, instead of stacks of gems by the board, boring, is in a dynamic, ever-moving, spiraling board thing where when you refill, you
makes it more difficult, but it's fun.
Yes, because it's unpredictable. Because you don't know where it's going to show up, but you refill the bag.
You definitely block people.
Yes, and tell us about how you win in Splendor Duel.
So there's 3 different ways that you can win.
Multiple paths to victory.
Yeah. Three different ways. I can't think of what they are.
I will tell you what they are.
Thank you.
You can get to 20 points. I think overall, 10 points in one column, or 10 crowns. I think that's right.
Crowns is one of them.
Yeah, crowns, one column, and points overall.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I think it's right.
So the nice thing is you can kind of make everybody assume that you're doing, points one way, but you kind of go under the radar.
I've got 8 crowns, and everyone's like, well, not everyone. It's a 2-player game, and the other person's
if you're paying
like,
attention, you can tell, but sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't realize that you had so many crowns.
Yes. This definitely happens with us because it's so funny because the main way we win, I think, is the 20 points.
Right.
But it's really cool when you pull off one of the other ones.
I know what you're going for. And then, you've got reserved cards and that's not what you were going for.
Yeah. So it's like 2 crowns, take another turn, 3 crowns, game's over, something like that. But
sometimes it ends quick.
You've won more than me?
Yes.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great game. Yeah, we should play that one again too.
Yeah. Number 2 is Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Tiefenthal, I suppose is how you could say. Yeah.
You say Tiefenthal, but...
Yeah, if you're trying to be authentic.
It's Tiefenthal.
Die Tavernen im Tiefental, I think, or something like that. Anyways, and by the way, this is number 2.
Yeah.
This snuck up on me. All of a sudden, I was like, we're in our top 3. Holy smokes, this is crazy. Top taverns somehow soared really high up this list. Why is it at number 2?
I love playing it.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I do too. So, quick overview. This is a deck building game, Hannah says. You start with a hand of grannies and grandpas and a table and a server or something like that. Something really lame. And then over the course of the game...
The grannies and grandpas are your guests, by the way. That sounds super random.
Right. Yeah, they're guests that come to your tavern, but they don't get they come and get bread and cheese and water.
Yeah, they're lame guests.
Yeah, they're awful. So throughout the course of the game, you're going to be making beers and getting money. And the money is used to upgrade your tavern and make things more efficient. You actually flip the board.
Engine building.
Yeah, and you build this engine, and your whole tavern is like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
So as you upgrade, you flip the puzzle pieces over, and you get more servers, more tables, more barkeeps. It's awesome. And then the beers that you make entice better guests that'll buy more expensive spirits or liquor or beer or whatever, and also pay more, which gives you more money to do more upgrades, to make more beer, to get better guests, and then, you know,
I think that's why I like it. I think it's because I like deck building games and I like engine building games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a combination of the two.
Right. It weaves the two things together really, really well. I like it for all those same reasons. I really like the idea of like running your own little store, your little tavern.
It's cozy.
It's cozy, and I like like restaurant management games or whatever, like simulation games. It has that feel of, okay, year one, here I go, my shop's just kind of getting started. And then round two, I hired a server. And
you're becoming a better shop owner.
It's cool.
Tavern keeper.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we didn't even say? It's a dice drafting game.
Oh,
you
yes,
roll some
of course.
dice.
Yep.
We have coasters, and we pass them to each other.
Yes, of course.
And we take dice back and forth, which is really cool. So it's dice drafting and deck building and engine building, and I'm sure a lot of other things too. So it's a lot of good things.
It's a good combination.
And worth mentioning that in this game, there's, I think, 4 modules that you can add or remove or, at your own whimsy. So if you just want the base simple game, you can do that. But as you feel more comfortable with it, you can add the reputation markers and the schnapps and the entertainers. And I think the signatures maybe are in this box as well. And then there's the expansion, which has more modules and things to explore. So there's a lot to do in Taverns of Tea. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but we like it. It's a cozy, relaxing, nice game for sure.
And I tend to win.
You do, which is always good too. That's always a plus. And our number one favorite game to play with the two of us, 2-player, and I don't know if this will ever change, which
Probably
is insane,
not.
is Stone Age. Yes, as probably doesn't come as a surprise to anybody who's been watching this channel for a while. Hannah and I adore Stone Age. This is just so sentimental to the both of us, I think. It was the first bigger game I ever taught you as we started kind of dating and hanging out. And I was like, I have a lot of board games I like to play. And this was really early. I didn't have, 80-some games. This was back when I had just, not that many games. And Stone Age, I thought, well, I wonder if Hannah would like this. Not knowing at all if she'd be into a game like this.
Yeah.
But you did.
I did really
and it was our first worker placement game.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain worker placement for those who might be like, what is this term?
You're racing to place workers somewhere before somebody else does. Typically, the place you're going, the other person can't go if you go there first.
Blocks them out.
So you have to try to prioritize what's most important to you, or maybe even prioritize blocking the other person.
Yep, absolutely.
So
this can be mean for sure. Yeah, like if I know Hannah's trying to get more villagers, I just keep blocking that space.
Right. You usually block me on feeding.
The agriculture?
The agriculture.
Yeah, well, that you got to go agriculture.
Yeah.
My brother and I play this as well. Amy, I even got her to play it, but I've taught this to a lot of people, and it's just a classic 2008 game, but it's still around for a good reason, because this is a great, very, very good.
Well, part of the reason we like it so much too is because we both played Age of Empires.
Yes,
and it's very, in a way, similar to Age of Empires.
It really is. Yeah, you go out to get your resources, you get your wood, you get your stone, you get your gold. I mean, that's straight from Age of Empires to build in Age of Empires barracks and stuff. But in this game, it's just houses.
We normally play Age of Empire music.
Yeah, we absolutely have to. So and you roll a whole bunch of dice to get your resources. You feed your tribe. That gets bigger and bigger. You get civilization cards. That also slides down like a card river, which is really interesting. And it's just fantastic. And every time Hannah wins, I give her an arrowhead, which is really, really cool. I think I need to go find my...
Yeah, I think you ran out of arrowheads.
Yeah, I have another stash.
Oh, do you?
I'll go find it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. And our first player marker is I want to show this. Show them the cup. People like the cup. Yeah, the dice rolling faux leather cup. And then our first player marker is this wonderful spear point. I love this. So we pass it around back and forth. And it's just one of our go-to games. I mean, it never gets old, which is crazy. We've played it so many times, and we just keep coming back to Stone Age and how much we like it. So, old game, just a reliable, friend. I love Stone Age. Yeah. Your favorite game.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And our favorite game to play together. So there you go. That's number one. And there you have it, everybody. Our top 15 games that we love playing together. All extraordinary games. I hope that maybe you heard about some games that you didn't know about that weren't on your radar. Or maybe you were like, I didn't think that would play well with 2 players. I tell you what, they all play
Yeah.
extraordinarily well at 2 players. Even if we didn't talk about specifically player count, Stone Age, awesome at 2 players.
Yeah.
Taverns, great at 2 players. You know, absolutely.
So many of these games I prefer to play just with you.
Anyways, yeah, you add a third or fourth.
Yeah,
What do
most
you
of them
need a
actually
third or
probably,
fourth?
yeah.
Who do you need a third and fourth
Yeah.
player? What are you going to do with a third, fourth player? Is it bog the game down, take longer? Play it at 2 players, you know? So I highly recommend that you check out all these games at 2 players. They're really, really good. In the comments, let me know what some of your favorite games to play with friends, significant other, partner, husband, wife. What are your favorite 2-player games you like to play? And maybe this Valentine's Day you can get some of these games to the table and have a nice cozy romantic 2-player gaming night. So go ahead and do that. Let me know in the comments what you like to play, and in the meantime,
Have a wonderful week. Take care and happy gaming.
bye.
Bye.